So I might upset people with this. I'm a little bit of a constitutional purist. I sympathize with both arguments right now. I sympathize with the state who has been put in a position where in order to enforce, to save their economy, they are trying to find ways to put in check the illegal immigration problem, which should be taken care of by the federal government, who is derelict in their duty. However, have you heard of Judge Napolitano?
Yeah.
Judge Napolitano, in my mind, is a wonderful constitutional scholar. And Judge Napolitano will go all the way back to the Fourth Amendment, as it was originally intended, and argue that under that rule, the federal government had no right to ask you or to take from you anything that was your personal belonging without probable cause and a warrant issued by a judge. Well, I agree with Napolitano. If we could go back to live in a pure constitutional republic, that would be wonderful. And I think his argument is legally sound. The problem is, we don't do that anymore. And we haven't done it for a long, long time. Right now, a judge can issue a warrant at 2 a.m. in the morning to a police officer who's about to bust in a door because they just found out that there might be something illegal going on. He can pick up his phone, give verbal approval, and in they go. Similarly, a police officer can make a stop and under reasonable suspicion can test you for alcohol without a warrant. So we've come a long way from that original notion of a judge issuing a warrant under probable cause, having a piece of paper and saying, I have a reasonable suspicion that you might be an illegal alien. Because we've come so far, really pragmatically speaking, a state ought to have a right to figure out a way to solve a problem as large as illegal immigration. They can do it with almost any other kind of stop. So the argument that's coming from one side which says, hey, you're asking for my papers, how dare you ask for my papers, is disingenuous because it happens in so many other instances. For example, if I stop you, if I'm a police officer and I see you driving by and I see you're not wearing a seatbelt, I've got to find some other reason to pull you over. I can't just pull you over for your seatbelt. That's a secondary offense. So a police officer can't just see somebody with olive skin or darker skin and say, oh, illegal immigrant, and turn on his lights and chase you down in Arizona. He's got to pull you over for cause. You got to be speeding or breaking the law. And then if he has suspicion, let's say you, I don't know what a reasonable suspicion would be, but let's say you can't speak English and you don't have a driver's license. Maybe he might think you're an illegal alien. He can ask you for your verification, your proof of your citizenship. So as much as I respect Judge Napolitano, I also respect a state's right to enforce the law and to take care of issues that are really causing problems.